Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be talking about 10 beauty products that I think are absolutely fantastic, must-try products from beauty influencer brands. In the past several years, influencer brands have really exploded. And there tends to be a bit more scrutiny of influencer brand products because the consumer feels like they know the influencer and you've watched them apply product after product, or in some cases, like me, they are makeup artists turned beauty influencer. And in that case, there's an even higher expectation for the products to be above average because a makeup artist should know exactly what they want in a product, in the performance of a product. Just the overall quality should be amazing. And it turns out that beauty influencer brands are just like the big brands like Lancome, Clinique, and Estee Lauder, in that within their range, there are plenty of hits and plenty of misses. So again, what I'm going to show you today are the 10 beauty influencer brand products that if you're not using already, I encourage you to try because I really think you are missing out. First up is the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism Eyeshadow Palette from Manny MUA. This beautiful palette contains 18 eyeshadows, 12 of them are matte and 6 of them are shimmers. The mattes are very creamy and blendable, and the shimmers are absolutely stunning. This is the palette I have on my eyes today. This palette contains a beautiful combination of everyday neutrals plus the variety of shimmers to take this palette from an effortless everyday look to an ultra glam nighttime look. The packaging of this palette is stunning. It's got a nice big mirror inside. I'm not sure I said this yet, but it retails for $48, which I think is a very, very fair price for what you're getting. Up next is the signature palette from Vanity Makeup. This brand's owner is Annie Goulian. I've probably just butchered her last name, so I apologize. She has over 1 million followers on Instagram. She also has a school called Vanity Makeup School. Annie, or maybe it's Ani, launched a few products a couple of years ago, and I ordered this immediately. I'm not sure if I've ever shown it on my channel before though. I probably have. This palette is amazing, and I'm so happy for her that now her products are going to be sold at Neiman Marcus. They are actually right now being sold at Neiman Marcus, and I'm so happy for her because for the longest time I have felt that her products have been very underrated. And unfortunately, they weren't available anywhere other than on her website and Namie's in Los Angeles. And now, like I mentioned, you can purchase her products at Neiman Marcus. The other product from her line that I'm really interested in is her contour palettes. Some of my favorite pro makeup artists use those palettes and rave about them. This eyeshadow palette is a little bit on the pricier side. It does retail for $95, and as you can see, it has 6 matte eyeshadows and 6 shimmers. The packaging on this palette is very luxe. It's sort of heavy, a lot heavier than the Lunar Beauty, that's for sure. And I don't travel with this one very much because it is so bulky, but it is a stunning, stunning palette. It's one of my favorites for when I am going for a glam look. However, you can still do an everyday or daytime look using this palette. The sizes of the pans are larger than the ones in the Lunar Beauty palette, as you can see here. And then believe it or not, the shimmers in this palette are even more vibrant and pigmented than the ones in the Nude Prism. And those are amazing. So these are amazing plus. Next up is this brightening and setting compact from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I slept on this product for so long. I adore this palette for not only setting underneath my eyes, but also for brightening through my T-zone. The texture of these powders is so silky and whisper light. I just take a big fluffy brush, go into one of these 2 shades, sometimes both, and then brush it right under my eyes for instant brightening. Now I have to be honest with you, I do not use these 2 shades. I typically only use these 2 under my eyes, for the rest of my face, for setting the rest of my face. I adore the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. Now, Huda Kattan's brand, Huda Beauty, has grown to be so big and so popular, you almost don't equate it to an influencer brand. It is one of the big ones now. It's one of the big players, I would say, in the beauty industry. From what I understand, she may be coming out with a fragrance-free version of this loose powder. And I'm so happy to hear that, because while I don't mind the scent of this powder, I know a lot of people do, and it keeps them from using it. And I don't blame you. If there is a scent in a product that is off-putting to me, I won't use it either. But again, I don't happen to mind the smell of this powder. And I have it, as you can see, in 3 colors: pound cake, cupcake, and cherry blossom cake. This one is limited edition. I think it goes in and out of stock on Sephora and on the Huda Beauty website. I just adore these powders. I've spoken about them so many times on my channel ever since they first came out. I feel like these powders instantly give me an airbrushed finish. I can dust this on and my pores seem to disappear. Of course, the shine goes down. The pores disappear. It doesn't look dry or heavy or cakey or subtle into any fine lines. It is just whisper soft and light and feathery, and I just adore this powder. And there is a shade for every skin tone, whether you are super fair or super dark. There is a Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder for you. In at number 5 is one of my all-time favorite highlighters. And not just because it was a collaboration with my friend, it's because it is just a stunning, stunning highlighter. This is the Ofra by Samantha March highlighter in Start Inspired. Can you see what mine looks like? It is pretty beaten up because I take this everywhere. Every trip I go on, every staycation, I never leave home without this highlighter. It is one of my go-tos, always works, I can always count on it, products. Now I know what you might be thinking. This is not technically an influencer brand. It is an influencer collaboration with the brand, but it's my video and I am going to cheat a little bit and include it because it is so good. I want everyone to know about it. And again, not just because Samantha is my friend, but because it is such a beautiful product. Up next are products from the brand Persona Cosmetics. Persona was started by Sona Gasparian. Sona is a makeup artist in LA. She used to do a lot more YouTube tutorials back in the day. She doesn't really do them much anymore. I think if she does them now, she puts them on the Persona Cosmetics YouTube channel and not necessarily on hers, but I will link her YouTube channel anyway. And she launched her own brand 6 years ago. I will have to double check that. Actually, let me look it up. It was 2016, so I was close. Ever since the brand launched, I have been lucky enough to receive makeup from the brand as PR. And I get kind of giddy when I see a package from Persona Cosmetics. 2 of my favorites are the Persona Cream Blushes and their long wearing eyeliners. And when I tell you these are long wearing eyeliners, I mean they simply do not budge. They will not come off until you take them off. I have them in all shades. I seem to have misplaced the plum, which is my personal favorite, but I do have the black and the brown. So I am going to swatch these, let them set, and then show you how they stay on. Here is the black and the brown. They are the kind of pencils that you sharpen. They are super creamy, which means that you can blend them. You can blend them out to be a beautiful smudgy liner underneath the eyes, and then they will set. That is why I said I'm going to wait a minute before rubbing the eyeliner to show you how they stay on, because you do have some time to work with them in order to smudge out the pencil to make it softer if you choose. And then these cream blushes. Bubble is absolutely gorgeous, and this comes in a powder as well, which honestly I would also recommend. Today I am wearing Teddy, and I like to just take them and go like this and then blend out with my finger. This is a great everyday blush color. It works with a more dramatic smoky eye. You can also use these on your lips as well. So these are called Blush Multi-Sticks from Persona. Okay, so now let's see if this will focus. Focusing. And let's rub really, 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 really hard. All right, I'm gonna try it again, like this way. Nothing. It does not move. It does come off though with a little eye makeup remover. So I'm just gonna leave this on my hand because for some reason I don't have a cotton ball or any Kleenex nearby. In at number 8 is Patrick Starr's One Size Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer. I try a lot of concealers and I have several that I really, really love that I talk about quite often in my videos. And I'm not gonna lie, I have neglected this one for a while because so many new concealers came out last year. I think like 10 new concealers at least came out in 2022. And I tried every single one. And when that happens, when I accumulate so many new concealers, some of the older ones get pushed to the back of my concealer drawer. And while this one isn't that old, it has definitely been pushed to the back by all of those new releases that came out last year. So when I was putting together this video, it immediately came back to the forefront of my brain because I remembered just how much I really liked this concealer. It's creamy, it's pigmented, it's hydrating. This goes without saying, but everyone's under eyes are different. Well, everyone's everything is different. But when it comes to the under eyes, your like or dislike for a concealer is going to be based heavily on what your under eye skin is like. Do you have very dry under eyes? Do you have a lot of fine lines or maybe even deep wrinkles in this area? So when you're watching or listening to concealer reviews, you are definitely going to want to keep in mind the skin or the under eyes of the person reviewing. So this concealer works for me right now. And I believe it would work for anyone who is in their 20s or 30s, or maybe in their 40s like myself that are still okay as far as the under eye area and not having a lot of fine lines or wrinkles and also not having a lot of dryness. So I'm pretty confident in saying that that demographic will most likely, hopefully, like this concealer as much as I do. But if you are a little bit older or maybe have more of those other things going on, then I'm not 100% sure. I can't say with certainty that you are going to like this as much as I do, but I do think it's worth trying. In at number 9 is basically anything from the brand Vive. Jamie Genevieve, this beautiful woman right here, has been an influencer slash makeup artist that I have followed for many years. And a couple of years ago, she launched her brand Vive, and I had seen reviews of her products. Most of them were really, really positive, but it wasn't until, gosh, maybe a year or two after she launched her brand that I actually went to her website and ordered a bunch of products. I ordered an eyeshadow palette, I ordered the cheek dew, I ordered blushes, I ordered lip products, I can't even remember what else, but I did post an entire video review of the brand, and I will have that video linked down below in the description box if you'd like to watch it. And I was truly blown away by everything. I will say though, that the products that I reach for the most out of that order are this blush in the shade Cherub. This is so, so stunning. This color gives you that perfect, just in from the cold sort of flush. Even though I have the Persona multi-stick on right now, I'm going to go in and just add a little bit of this as well. Look at that. Can you see how pigmented that is? It's so pretty. And the other product from Vive that I reach for all the time and take with me everywhere is this Lip Dew Glossy Lip Oil. This is the most stunning, shimmering, soft gold. And it smells good, it feels good, it's not sticky. It's amazing. I also have it in a shade to match the blush, Cherub. Okay, let's move on to product number 10 of my favorite products from influencer brands. And once again, I am not including this product or this brand because it's owned by a friend of mine. I can honestly say without any sort of bias that BK Beauty brushes, which were started by Lisa J, whose channel I will also link down below in the description box, are some of the best quality brushes you can buy. And two of my personal favorites are the Foundation Brush 101. Now don't get me wrong, I still use and love my Stands Out sponge. But for certain foundations, I do find that a brush is better for application. And in those cases, I do reach for the BK Beauty 101 Angled Foundation Brush. This works the foundation in so beautifully, and the more you sort of tap and buff, the more one with your skin the foundation becomes. I have seen so many celebrity makeup artists with this brush in their kit, and I'm just so proud of Lisa and the entire BK Beauty team for developing just such an amazing line of brushes. And if you have more mature skin, I highly recommend checking out the Angie Hot and Flashy brush line. Those are phenomenal. And another brush from BK Beauty that I just cannot live without, I use it in almost all of my makeup tutorials, it is this brush 208. This mini angled eyeliner brush belongs in the makeup bag of everyone who has hooded eyes. Well, it belongs in the makeup bag or brush bag of everyone, but if you have hooded eyes like I do, this is a must have. This is perfection for smoking out maybe a pencil like the Persona, or just using an eyeshadow to get in that inner corner and to get right along the upper lash line or even the lower lash line to do a little baby wing. I must have at least 3 or 4 of these brushes. These two are a must in any makeup wearer's collection. All right, since I'm talking about BK Beauty, I have been going back and forth on whether or not I should shamelessly plug my product with BK Beauty, which are my lashes. Well, obviously I decided to do it because it's my video and why not? If you have not yet tried my lashes in collaboration with BK Beauty, I hope that you'll check them out. This martini style, the half lash, has been by far our best seller. If you are new to lashes and you just don't feel comfortable applying them, or you feel like all the lashes you've tried in the past have just been way too dramatic, I think this martini style is going to be one that you will instantly fall in love with. Okay, I think I kept the shameless promotion short and sweet. All of the products I talked about today will be listed and linked in the description box of this video. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to leave them for me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on TikTok and Instagram. The username is the same everywhere. It's all under the name Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.